another slew of movies that we have all deal with horrors, Zach's favorite genre. And he did catch the first of these.
Yeah.
This is a TIFF pick that was playing in the midnight section over in Toronto called Naga that was pitched to us as the Killer Camel movie, Zach. What did you think?
I mean, it's certainly the most memorable camel I can think of in a film, maybe at least at this side of Ishtar, right?
For sure.
But it does that really well. This is like a classic midnight movie in the sense that, like, I really wish I had caught it with a loud and kind of rambunctious crowd. It's sort of a movie where you need to be sitting next to someone who mutters, "Yo, what the fuck?" after certain instances in this movie to really sell it. It's like a freak out movie. It's an anxiety movie. It's sort of, I've been thinking of it as like a Saudi woman's Beau is Afraid, because she's like taken through these very frustrating and upsetting different elements. She's a woman who is going to a hip party with a sort of boyfriend of hers, and all these different elements get in their way, whether it be the camels or this run-in with an ice cream truck or all the guys shifting their focus to a soccer game, which I thought was a kind of funny motif in the film. It did like really produce a lot of anxiety. Like I felt myself not wanting to watch it because it's so anxiety provoking. I think it does it particularly well through this really like close-up camera that puts you right in the action but never gives you all the information you need to feel like you know what's going on. You feel like you're running through this night with her as she coasts from like dangerous thing to dangerous thing. So it's very effective. I don't know if it really built up to a whole lot for me. I think it just kind of is very good at getting that mood across, and I don't know if I took anything greater from it, but if for those kind of like anxiety freak out style of films, those like those one crazy night thriller type of movies, I think it's really effective, and particularly because it has a really strong sense of place. It really feels connected to the the experience of this woman in Saudi Arabia who's trying to get home before this curfew set by her father, and trying to deal with the different elements of that culture. And I think there's a lot to take away from the movie, even if it made my heart race uncomfortably.
Yeah, there's some satirical moments that I heard some people get very upset at with the end. I was like, no, I think that's the play on it. She's not like, it's not what you think it is. It's almost making fun of what it's commenting on there. But I think another big part of the anxiety is the editing.
Yes.
This has some of the most insane editing in a movie. And at the Q&A, they were talking with the editor and the main guy, the director. I'll see if I can pull him up over here if he's got a picture, hopefully. Pretty much he hired like a studio editor, someone who's worked on these movies for a long time. And then he decided to also cut half the movie. And let me tell you, you can tell when it is the studio editor and when it's this guy doing the stuff. It is some of the most bonkers, jump cutting, match cutting, flop cutting, like it goes crazy. And I think that's part of the anxiety because it comes out of nowhere. Like you just don't expect it, and it feels like it's two editors matching it out because it is two editors in the editing room. I also got to see this. This is my one midnight movie that I caught. I stayed up late. We saw it at 12. And you talked about sitting next to somebody who's going to be giving you the oohs and the ahs. Yeah, how about you sit behind the guy who runs the midnight section? So all I'm seeing is him getting giddy before a moment happens. So I was like getting spoilers. It was like when we saw The Lighthouse with Robert Pattinson, and I would just see him get giddy before a scene happened. I was like, okay, what's about to happen here? And it was almost like preemptively letting me know what craziness was around the corner. So,
totally.
Naga, it's out on Netflix. It's an interesting movie, and it was. I don't know if it was a winner, but it did gain a little bit of traction out of Toronto, and now it's available internationally.
And it also is doing the classic Netflix festival pickup thing where they just drop it on the platform with absolutely no promotion, and you like literally cannot find it if you're scrolling. You have to search for it.
For sure. There's also like another movie called Naga. So
why are they doing that? Did you know there's 2 Leos on Netflix also?
Bro, yeah, the most complete opposite Leo's also. One's the Indian movie, right? The action
Yeah.
movie, and then Leo, which got snubbed, which we're gonna get to. But yeah, there are two Leo movies on Netflix, and they both came out in the same month, so that's kind of crazy.